Hello, friends. It's your friendly neighborhood yogi, EMME. And today I want to show you guys a 15-minute practice to open your chest and stretch your neck. So what you can't see is that on the opposite side, my left arm is out in a T position, resting open while I calm my doggy down and get him to leave me alone so I can rest on both sides. Now, it's important to note that our connective tissue takes 30 seconds to soften. So at the first part of the stretch, we really want to breathe into any tightness in our body. And on the exhale, allow our body to soften. So now you can see that I switch hands and I'm allowing my right arm to rest in an opening position. Just allowing the fascia to melt and open with each breath. Now, the bolster is underneath my thoracic spine and my cervical spine. So after resting in this space for about a minute, I am rubbing the occipital joint back and forth against the edge of the bolster. And now I have placed the bolster right at that connection point where my glutes and my hamstrings connect. This is a space where I personally have a lot of build-up tension in my fascia, and so I struggle with hamstring extensions. Now I'm keeping my chest forward and I've put my hands behind the bolster. And I'm slowly stretching through each side of my neck while squeezing my glutes. I'm going to continue this process nice and slowly, and I will rotate on the bolster onto my hamstrings and then back onto the glutes as I go back and forth through my neck stretches. Now, as I come forward over my thighs, I am also stretching my entire spine. So it's important that we're pressing the spine towards the wall behind us in this stretch, making sure that we get that low back extension as we roll forward onto the hamstrings. Now I'm going to bring my hands to the muscles in my neck, and I'm going to just kind of gently press my fingertips into those long muscles on either side of my neck. Being very mindful not to force or push anything into place. I'm simply engaging with these muscles because we know that it takes force from the inside and the outside for fascia to create hyaluronic acid, which then creates more glide in our muscles instead of them being so tense and tight. So I'm using my breath to engage my muscles from the inside, and I'm using my fingers to gently apply pressure to the muscles on the outside. Again, moving slowly, not forcing anything, and allowing my body to experience the full stretch without rushing from one place to another. Here I'm using the heels of my hands to work on the fascia in my jaw. Then I'm using my fingertips behind my ears to continue softening those strong muscles that are holding my neck upright. It's very important that as we go side to side, we avoid sharp pains. We don't want to stretch into a place and overstretch ourselves. That's what causes strain. We always want to go to the point where we are pressing ourselves, but we are not stressing ourselves. This is one of my absolute favorite things to do. If you do not massage your own head, I highly recommend that you start today. With your head bent between your knees, start at the back of the head and just move back and forth in small motions, almost as if we're scratching our scalp, but instead using the pads of our fingers to massage the scalp, and then gently pull the head out of the neck, rotating slowly and mindfully, avoiding sharp pains. And here I'm continuing to engage with my neck muscles, pulling my neck up while also pulling my head down. This engagement, pulling one way and pushing the opposite way, further allows those small muscles to get fully oxygenated with fresh blood and for them to wake up. And remember, they have a job to do too. They need to support these broader muscles that tend to get very tight and stuck. Now, after intense stretching like this, our body often just needs a few minutes to reset. So come to a restful posture and breathe. Just absorb what our body just went through. And as I'm waking up from that little rest, I like to stretch my wrists and my ankles. And finally, after all that preparation, I get to practice my inversion. I hope you guys had time to love on yourself today. If you've not had time to love on yourself today, maybe taking the time now will help you end your day with satisfaction, joy, and peace. I love you very much. Go love on yourself. It's the only homework I ever prescribe. See you next time.